I'm working on a world building project that I'm hoping to turn into a kid's book, and I think I might have found my main character.
I lie awake in the morning with a light upon her skin.
This world I'm creating is called Old Zealand, and the main characters that live on Old Zealand are called Wandeezles, and they're 100% water. This week I set out to start figuring out the early concepts of these Wandeezles, and I think we got where I wanted to get to, but it did not go as I planned. I had an extremely busy week and only was able to set aside a few hours to work on this character design, and everything went wrong. I did so many bad drawings. I was tired, I was unfocused, I was distracted by all of the craziness of world building, like the physics of the world and the lighting and what these creatures need in order to fit these story moments and all of this craziness. But through all of that, we got one really good concept that I'm excited about that can push this project forward. And through making all of those mistakes, I know what I need to do to world build more successfully. So let's dive into the process of getting to this great concept, as well as what my strategy is for world building as I move forward.
Stay a little longer, it's only getting warmer. Slow it down 'cause time.
I had a really cool moment this week where something clicked about Old Zealand in me, and it was while I was on a walk. I saw this stream, and I realized all of the picture making I had done for Old Zealand up to this point had all been based on like huge waterfalls. And what I really liked about the stream was the physics of the stream were small and flowing. And I thought, that's what I want Old Zealand to be like. And I thought, okay, what animals kind of resemble that? And the first thing I thought of was, of course, river otters. So I started thinking about the way river otters move, and I started looking up reference, and that led to the first drawing I did this week, which wasn't successful, but it was actually really helpful in two ways. One, it just got my first idea out, and two, it taught me something about world building. It's really helpful to get the first drawing out and to figure out what direction you want to move in. But what I'm learning about world building is it's really easy to get sucked into answering all of the different questions. One question that I needed to answer is, what does this character look like? But then there's other questions that didn't need to be answered, like, how does light move through this character? Is it a clear bubble, or is it like a sudsy character where all the bubbles are just broken up and it's fractalized? Or what does the river look like? What are the colors I want? Do I want this to be kind of green or dark blue? What time of day are these creatures out? And there's just all of these questions that you want to answer because you're building a world and you want to create a story, so they're important. But what I should have done was just work on the sketches. But I kind of learned from my mistake and I moved on, but I moved on to the wrong direction. I started thinking about light and color way too much. Whenever the Wandeezles are out, it's actually dusk at earliest. They only come out when the sun is setting. And so I started thinking about really creative ways to use color to show that it's nighttime without it being too dark. And then I started thinking about character design things, like maybe giving my characters these lanterns. And all of these questions, like I was saying, start piling on my mind, and it's just way too much. And that chaos just breeded really bad drawings, and it was really unfortunate. But in that chaos, I was looking at a bunch of reference, and I happened to land on some really cool deep water images of splashes. There were these people just like falling into dark water. And I started sketching this idea of the Wandeezel coming through it. And so I got to this place not in the best way. I think there was a better way to get to this concept, but we got there. I started working on this painting and it started turning out really well. And it was really exciting. And it started answering some questions about, what does this look like? What's the style? What's the lighting situation? And they were questions that I probably didn't need to answer right then, to be honest, but it was answering the questions and it was really exciting. This really had been a tough week for me. I was so busy and only had a few hours to work on this project. And I'm learning that world building takes a ton of attention. It takes just your entire soul, mind, and body to be invested in what you're doing. No distractions, and I did not set enough time aside. I did not give my energy to it. I really paid the price for that. But in that chaos, I'm just really excited about how this drawing came out, and it answers a lot of questions. Like, I feel this character. I'm starting to know my main characters of this story and who the Wandeezles are. And we can start using just this one concept to really build a world. And that's very exciting. As I move forward, what I would like to do is take this next week and only sketch, just me and my mechanical pencil. I don't want to mess with color. I don't even really want to mess with shading or anything like that. I'm getting too distracted, and I really want to focus on one thing. And the one thing I want to focus on, which is what my next video is gonna be, is just the character design of these Wandeezles and really nailing what they look like at their core and really playing with the shapes and really starting to have fun with who these characters are. I've come up so far with one successful sketch and now one successful piece of concept, but we need to really start digging in deep into character design. So please do subscribe. We're going to be talking about character design next as I work through the high concept of who these Wandeezles are. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.